Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Dinisa, aka DB, and this is my YouTube channel, DD Says So, and I'm back with another video. So, as always, if you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. If you like this video as you're watching, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Click the subscribe button, click the notification bell so you don't miss any more of my videos. So, today it is our midweek video, and today's topic is tips on how to save money with traveling. So, as y'all know, per usual, I like to travel a lot. It's nothing new under the sun. And I came up with a few little tips that I have kind of picked up along the way with things that have helped me save money. And they may work for you, they may not. If I don't mention any tips in the video, make sure you let me know in the comments below. And as always, if any of the tips resonated with you or you learned something new, let me know that in the comments as well. Now, I have them numbered, but they're kind of out of order. So we're going to see how this is going to go. But step number one is to book the flight first, then plan the trip. Now, this may not work for everybody. My schedule's kind of set, and a lot of people will always wonder, like, how am I able to take, I guess, so many trips? I'm off on Wednesday, and I'm off on a weekend, every other weekend. So how I stretch my days without having to take off so many days, the only time I really take off a lot of days is if I take off a cruise. But I can either take off Thursday and Friday, and then I'll have Wednesday through Sunday off, or I could take Monday and Tuesday off, and I'll have Saturday through Wednesday. So that's just kind of like how it's been working out for me. A typical, most days I take a trip is like 5 days. Minimum is like 2 to 3, depending on if it's a road trip or if it's like a quick flight back and forth. So it may not work for you, but a lot of the times I just look at my schedule. I look at the days where I have a weekend off, and I try to match the flights around that time. Southwest is your friend. I'm going to mention Southwest a lot. I'm not getting paid by Southwest. Southwest is not paying me to mention them. That's just the airline that I choose and I go with. Also, let me know in the comments what are some of the airlines that you choose and some of the airlines that have worked the best for you. I would love to fly Delta one of these days, but right now, Southwest is the way to go. So, number one, book the flight, then plan the trip. The second one is to pack light to avoid check bag fees. Now, unless you're balling out of control, this video may not be for you because you don't need tips on how to save. But some people use different airlines other than Southwest because, you know, Southwest gives you 2 check bags for free and you get a carry-on. So it's like, why are you not flying with them? You have your reasons. But if you happen to fly with someone where you have to pay for your bags, obviously if you have a lot of bags or you have more than one, you'll get charged for a fee per bag depending on the airline. So if you pack light, then that can help you cut down on the baggage fees cost. Number 3 is to set a budget and stick to it. I know that's kind of hard. If you can, before going on the flight, I suggest that you save. I don't know if that's a tip, but obviously saving for a vacation is much better than just going on a vacation and just spending everything out of pocket because you didn't save up. But if you set a budget, like, hey, I have my credit cards, but I'm going to bring $300 with me. Once the $300 is gone, hopefully not in the first 2 days of the trip, then that's just where it's at. Like, and a mini step to this is tracking your expenses while you're out of town. That comes later. Tracking your expenses so you know when you're getting close to running out of your money and you don't have to like go all overboard. Side steps to that, but we're gonna go with 4 and 5. Number 4 is matching up the Lyft/Uber versus the car rental. Finding out if it's better for you to get a car rental or for Uber. Depending on where you're going, sometimes people like to travel places where they know family, so you may get transportation that way, or you may get partial transportation from family, and you can just do a couple of Ubers and Lyfts versus renting a car where you'll have to pay per day. You have to get insurance if you want to be covered. So looking at the Lyft and Uber prices versus renting a car. Step number 5. Airbnb prices versus hotel prices, or looking into some of those trips, because I don't travel internationally, so I can't give you a lot of feedback on that, but look into those trips that are all inclusive, where you may get the flight included, the hotel, or if you know you're going to the hotel but you're going with a lot of people, and it'll be better to split the cost with the Airbnb, the stay of your location, just basically comparing prices with Airbnb and hotels. The next step would be step number, I lost which number we on. Step number 6. Number 6 may be a little bit finicky for some. It works wonders for me, and I just got blessed. I don't like to say lucky. I just got blessed to be around a group of people who were like minded. Step 6 is to travel with other people. I know a lot of people are pushing solo travel, solo travel. I do suggest solo travel if you like being by yourself. But if you watch my last video, not the last video, but the last video concerning traveling when I went to Vegas, 10 out of 10 for myself, I do not recommend, or 0 out of 10, whatever the rating is, it did not work for me. I tried it. Well, Keith Lee said I tried it, didn't like it, and gotta do it again. I do feel like I may do it again, like further down the line, but that's neither here nor there. But obviously, when you travel with people who are like-minded when it comes to food, I know everybody's not into sharing their food or stuff like that. But like sometimes if you have the same taste preference as others, you can get more food and share that way. Obviously the hotel prices will be cheaper. The driving situation will be cheaper because you're splitting it. Number 7, have emergency money. Some of these are kind of like when you're on the trip, and some of them is like mostly before the trip. Things can happen, so make sure that you're saving for flight changes, emergencies. Maybe you have to stay an extra hotel stay. It saves you money because if you prepare for the worst, even if the worst doesn't happen, you just got some extra money. But if you prepare for the worst in advance, it saves you money versus you going on a trip, everything's good, your flight get canceled, now you gotta go get an extra stay at the hotel, and it's dipping into your pocket. So technically, it helps you save pre-hand. Number 8, travel off season. I don't like to travel. Like if I want to go to New Orleans, I probably said that wrong. New Orleans, I'm not gonna go do a Mardi Gras. As much as if you want to go for like the big events and things like that, please do. Spring break. If you know you're gonna travel for spring break, plan it ahead of time. So I wouldn't say don't plan to travel for these events if it's something you want to do. Just plan for it ahead of time because the closer it gets, the more expensive it's going to be, etc. So if you want to go to New Orleans, go in August. Don't go in March. But who am I? Number 9, book flights on Tuesdays. I heard that flights are cheaper on Tuesday. I don't know how true or not true that is, but I have booked a couple of flights on Tuesdays, and they have been a couple of dollars cheaper. And a little side tip, which is I got guess 9 part B. Sign up for the airline's email list. I told you I would go with Southwest, so I'm a part of Southwest email list. So whenever they have the 40, don't get tricked by Southwest though. It says $49 one way. That doesn't mean round trip. So don't be like, oh, I'm about to give me a $50 round trip ticket to Kentucky. No, it's $49 around one way. You have to pay the other way. So signing up for their email list would allow you to know when they're having those $49 sales, or you may even get even more blessed. I think it was like February 28th to February 29th. Oh, look, around those holidays, some holidays like February 29th, they had like a leap year special where like tickets to Houston was $54 one way, which made it like $100. I tried to keep my flights $150 or less. I understand like with places like Vegas, sometimes Miami, a couple of other like hot spots, you won't be able to get tickets that low. But that's why I booked the flight first, because if I can get me a quick flight for like $120 or less, we cooking with gas. Okay. Number 10, and this is the biggie one. And I guess it's just the planner in me. You don't have to be as meticulous as me as like writing it down word for word, dot for dot, price for price. But just getting a range of what you want to do helps. And that is to research attraction, food places, menus, and things of that nature that you want to do on your trip. Say for instance, you want to go to Miami. There's a couple of restaurants in Miami you want to try. Look at the food menus. See how much the food costs. I've definitely been in a situation where I went out of town with people and they was like, oh, let's go to this restaurant. We get to the restaurant, we looking at the menu, and they raise their eyebrows like the only thing I can get here is a water and some salad. Well, if you look at the menu beforehand, you can kind of figure that out. If you look at the attractions, just say Six Flags. If you look at Six Flags, you have a group of 6. They may have a deal for a group of 6 if you look ahead of time. So those are a couple of ways that you can help save some money when it comes to traveling. And we're going to repeat them real quick and get out your hair. Number 1, book flights, then plan the trip. Number 2, pack light to avoid check bag fees depending on what flight you go on. Number 3, set a budget and stick to it. Number 4, compare prices between Lyft and Uber and car rentals. Number 5, compare Airbnb prices to hotel prices. Number 6, travel with others if you can. Number 7, travel. Things happen, so plan for emergencies. We don't want emergencies to happen, but plan ahead. Number 8, travel during the off season. Number 9, book flights on Tuesdays. And 9B, make sure you sign up for your airline's emailing list. And number 10, research attractions, food places. Write these things down. I hope these tips help you. They definitely helped me along the way. Also, if you did not know, we do have a girls trip group. We are getting that together as we speak. The first girls trip was Atlanta in February, so if you missed that one, try to be on the lookout for the next one that will maybe in September, October, or November, or maybe even August. If you're interested in joining the girls travel group, you can send me an email to ddsaidso64@gmail.com. I'll send you a welcome email, and as we get more dates and more people and things coming together, you'll get more information upon that. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, click the subscribe button, and click the notification bell so you don't miss any more of my videos. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.